Nice.
Oh, kill him!
Perfect.
Oh. Oh.
Perfect.
Whoa! Where am I? Why do I got a different shirt on? Bro, first and foremost, why am I even here? I thought they took you down last time based on copyright issues. What you doing here anyway?
Shut up. I speak first. I am Mr. War, destroyer of dreams. Do you think that was really gonna stop me? Last time you showed me what a goat really is. I can't wait to add you to my collection. The rules are simple, just like before. React to the videos I selected. If you don't get scared more than 3 times, you can return back to your world. But if you lose, you are stuck here with me until the next time. Record up and play the game. Got it?
Perfect.
Hey guys, just a real quick FYI. The last horror hour, part 1, the one that did really well, 17 hours of footage that we have accumulated from that to go towards our 4,000 monetization watch hours within a year. We had to take that down due to a creator who did not want us to review their video. Having a conversation with me and we just take that video out, they prompted to have this video taken down, or that video taken down. So this video right here is part 1/part 2 of the new horror hour. Because you know one thing about it, and this goes to every single one of us, we might be small right now. Some of us might be big, but we might be small right now. But I will say this, don't never sleep on anybody who's small right now, especially the people who know how to influence. We gonna put it that way. The horror is growing every day. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Peace.
More bien.
Hi, my name is Andy. Robin, nice to meet you. Alright, so the first TV I'm going to show you guys is over here. It's one of our newer models. You're seeing a trailer, it's playing in regular 1080p right now. I'm going to switch it to 4K, which is the new technology. What's the biggest difference that you see?
It like enhanced more.
Very vivid.
It almost looks realistic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to grab a different remote. So we'll be right back and then we'll do that one, okay?
Sure. Oh my god, Adriano. Oh my god!
Yes!
What do you think about the picture quality?
Looks like she's gonna jump out.
She looks like she's gonna jump out?
More definition.
Like she's right there.
Like she's right there?
Yeah.
Why? You can touch it. Wow!
Oh, chill.
Oh my god!
Holy, that's... Oh my god.
More bien.
This one is by Dark Ace Animations. Shout out to Dark Ace Animations. I will put his link in the description box so that you guys know. But possibly this might be a long-lasting relationship. We emailed him and he said, hey, you can utilize my animation. So hopefully this is a long-lasting relationship to something that will continue to bring a lot of progression for both of us. So I haven't looked at any of his videos just yet. This is my very first time looking at him. So yeah, let us get right into it. Dark Ace Animations, Lego.
Recently, my son asked me to buy and install a game for his PC named Among Us.
Oh,
okay.
He's
been playing it every day since.
Look at the Among Us in the bag.
I don't really play video games, but I asked him how he was enjoying it.
Bro, that look like
and if
your
he was
brother.
playing with his friends or not. He told me, yeah, he plays with his friend Colin. One night, I had made Lewis dinner and told him to come down and eat.
Tacos look pretty good.
He said he was in the middle of the game on Among Us. He then asked me to play as he went to eat. I laughed, but I agreed. I wanted to see what this game was my son was playing so much anyway.
Yeah, and it
I
costs,
sat
what,
down and put the
$5?
headset on and did my best to start playing. A discussion popped up and I saw Colin's name. When he spoke, his voice wasn't what I was expecting. It was a man's voice. He kind of sounded like he was in his mid-30s at least.
Dang.
I quit the game and went to ask Lewis some questions about his friend Colin. I thought maybe it was his dad playing at the time. I asked Lewis what class his friend Colin was in and what he looked like. Lewis told me he didn't know. I said, how don't you know? He's your friend from school, isn't he?
Yeah.
Lewis shook his head no, and he said he's not my friend from school. He's my friend from Among Us. Lewis said he played with Colin and Colin added him and plays with him every time he's online.
You got the phase.
I'm not
bro.
really any good with video games or computers, so I asked Lewis to block Colin and never play with him again. I didn't feel comfortable with an older man playing with my 10-year-old son so much. Later that night, before Lewis went to bed, I asked him if he had done what I asked him to do and block Colin on his game. He said yeah. He also said when he said it on the mic that he couldn't play with Colin anymore. Colin got very angry and started shouting at him. I'm glad I found out when I did, but there was something wrong with this Colin. I thought that would be the end of it until the other day when I picked Lewis up from school. I saw he had a drawing with him. I couldn't see what it was exactly because I was driving, but I asked Lewis if he drew this in art class. He told me no. He found it in his bag during the lunch break.
Oh!
When we got home, I had a better look at the drawing. It was a drawing of two characters from Among Us.
Whoa!
They were both holding hands. Above
Oh,
one of the
sir.
characters was the name Lewis, and above the other character was the name Colin. It disturbs me that whoever this Colin is, he knows where my son's school is,
Heck
and
shit.
somehow had access to Lewis's bag. I've told both the police and the school about this, and I haven't heard anything or had another incident like this since.
They should have
Just be careful.
cameras.
Muy bien.
Perfect.
That was very disturbing.
We all know about the game called Among Us, but not everyone knew about it back in 2018. I downloaded the app back when it first came out, along with a few of my friends and some of their friends. We play a lot of games where it was just us and no one else. There was my friend Gianna, who would always invite this guy named Tyler, but I didn't know him and the rest of us didn't know him either.
Okay.
It went maybe a month of playing every day to every other day, but I couldn't stand that guy Tyler. He would always try to turn everyone against each other and would get mad that I call him out. So one day,
That's the game.
I told everyone that I
Tyler.
won't play with them again if Tyler continues to play. So everyone, including
Bro,
Gianna,
that's a little
chose to not play with
sensitive.
Tyler anymore. That decision was made while we were in the middle of a game, and Tyler was voted out. Before he
Dang,
left,
you got some
he
serious
said he'd see
pull.
me around.
What if you the
We
imposter,
all laughed
Lewis?
sarcastically and said that he's mad and he's a tough guy. The next day, I was just getting home from school like I usually do and ate some food. My older brother had a basketball game because he played for the varsity team in our high school.
Yeah.
So my family left me because I just wanted to stay home. As I were laying down in bed in my room,
About
which
to
is on the
get you.
first floor near the back of the house, I heard my back fence move.
Yes. He's in there.
I looked out of my window and I saw that the light came on because it was dark by this time. I didn't see anything or anyone, so I continued watching TV and texting. I then began to doze off.
Why would you doze off?
The knock on my window immediately woke me up completely.
Heck
I looked out the
you should
window.
never went to sleep.
And standing there was some guy in a black Nike hoodie, black sweatpants with a pipe in his hand. The guy smiled at me and said, "Hey, I'm Tyler. What's up now?"
Dang.
He hit my window
Come
with
on
the
with the
pipe
smoke.
and it cracked the window,
Oh.
then ran to my back door. I called my parents and started to scream
Oh, you
and
was
yell.
talking big on
They
Among
were
Us. Now
actually
you
pulling up to
scared.
the house from the game, getting ready to walk in. I ran out of the front door and I'm guessing that guy ran away hopping my back fence. I called Gianna and asked her how he
At least
knew where I
came
lived.
outside.
She told me that he was actually her boyfriend from another school and threatened her if she wouldn't give him my address. I've never been so afraid in my
Where was
life.
this information earlier, girl?
And I also never knew anyone could get that mad over video games.
Oh yes, people can get furious over a video game.
Muy bien.
That was pretty good. These are disturbing.
My name is Paul.
What's
I
up,
play a lot
Paul?
of video games with my group of friends.
Y'all.
Recently, we've been playing Among Us most nights.
Yeah.
Every time my friends and I played video games together, we always used our mics, and a lot of times, we just trolled other players. We were playing Among Us and had a lot of discussions about who the killers could be.
I remember when we was playing live
Me and my two
streams and then we had
friends,
that little
whose
trolling
names were
hacker.
Harry and Wayne, thought it was the guy named Sean, and so did the rest of the lobby. We eventually voted him to be ejected. During the discussions,
Kobe.
Sean was getting more and more aggressive, insisting it wasn't him who was the killer. And me and my two friends actually found it quite funny. After the game, Harry had received a message from a guy named Sean saying he wasn't the killer, and we shouldn't have ejected him, and so on. Wayne thought it would be funny to invite Sean into our lobby to troll him the whole game, and tell the
y'all
rest of the
bullying
players
this
in the
kid? That's
discussion
virtual
that we
bullying.
think Sean's the killer. So that's what we did. We played the 2 games with the Sean guy, each time trolling him and saying that he was the killer and getting him ejected. Sean eventually left our lobby, and we didn't play with him
Keyboard
again
look
that
kinda-
night. I'm a light sleeper and
kinda
wake up
awesome.
to the slightest of sounds. I woke up around 2 a.m. by the sound of a car. I looked out my window and I saw a car parked just outside my house. The car was still running, but no
Yeah.
one got out, no
Yeah.
one got in the car.
Oh, we got a nice little Audi.
I looked around and saw my street to be
5-spoke
empty.
BBS rims and
Just
the red
before
brake
trying to go back to
calipers.
sleep, my computer started up. I went over to my computer and there was a blue screen. In the middle of the blue screen was an icon that said, "Open for discussion."
Oh, he's a
I
hacker.
clicked on it and it revealed a very gory photo of a man who was cut in half. And
Oh!
underneath was written, "You have been ejected." I tried to
Whoa!
move the mouse and turn off my computer, but it didn't work. The only thing to do was to look at the gruesome photo.
He's a killer
My
slash
computer
hacker.
did turn off eventually, and as soon as it did, that car that was outside my house slowly drove off.
Oh, it adapted
The
to
next
his
day I woke
Wi-Fi.
up and saw a text from my friends Harry and Wayne, and they both said they had similar experiences, that they received weird pictures on the computer and phones, pictures of people cut in half. I asked them both if they think it was something to do with that guy we were trolling. They both didn't know what to think. I thought that Sean guy somehow found out where we lived and hacked our devices.
Yeah.
What scares me is how real the photos were,
That's
and
a
how he
real
knew
person.
where me and my friends lived and was able to hack our devices so easily.
That's why, well, I forgot.
My name is Rick, and for the past week and a half, every evening, my friends and I have been playing Among Us. 3 nights ago, I texted my 2 friends who usually play with me if they have time to play. One of them said they were too busy, and the other one, whose name is Rick, didn't reply, so I assumed he was busy. I was going to play anyway, but I saw that Eric was on the game and invited me to play. I figured he saw me on the game, invited me, and couldn't be bothered to reply. So Eric and I played that evening on Among Us. What was unusual was Eric was very quiet when we were having discussions. He was on the mic, but I could barely hear what he was saying. I actually texted him a few times telling him that he needs to turn his mic up, but he never replied. After playing for a few hours, I had enough and I decided to call it a night. I spoke on the mic to Eric and I said I was going offline, but he didn't reply again. A few hours later, I got a text from Eric saying, "Sorry, I didn't reply. I was out and forgot my phone at home." I was confused, thinking, how was I just playing with him if he wasn't at home? Before I could reply, he sent another text saying, "What do you mean, turn my mic up?" I texted him back saying, "How did you play Among Us with me if you weren't at home?" He said, "I haven't played Among Us since yesterday, but it looks like someone has been in my room and also had gone through all my things.
Dang.
Eric lives alone." I replied saying that it was definitely his account on the game and I was playing with him. And I even heard his mic being used.
Oh.
Eric replied saying that he thinks someone had broken into his house, and also his spare key was missing from his garden, and a Snickers bar from his kitchen table. It creeps me out to know that whoever snuck into Eric's house and somehow knew where his spare key was, played Among Us with me, and I had no idea who it was.
Muy bien.
I really appreciate Dark Ace Animations for allowing me to review their stuff. I really liked it, as well as definitely a lot of good pranks, a lot of good horror things. If you all have any other animations, definitely send them to me. It might take a little bit of time because I need to check with the creators to see if I can utilize certain things. But if you got pranks, things like that, I'm sure that's all fine. But without further ado, it's just the GOAT. And hope you all enjoy Horror Hour, y'all. Make sure that you subscribe, savage smash that like button, and rock with your boy, man. Let me know what you thought. Without further ado, just the GOAT. I'm out. Peace, y'all.